In 2001, a man walks into a Russian rocket factory with a briefcase full of cash. He isn't there to buy a weapon. He wants to buy a rocket to send a small greenhouse to Mars, just to prove that life could grow on another world. The Russian engineers laugh him out of the room, but on the flight home, that man, Elon Musk, starts running numbers on a notepad. He realizes that buying rockets is too expensive, but building them might not be. That failed trip becomes the spark that creates SpaceX. From there, the company moves at breakneck speed. In 2010, its Dragon capsule returns safely from orbit. In 2012, it docks with the International Space Station, the first private craft ever to do so. In 2015, Falcon 9 lands its first booster upright on land, and a year later, on a drone ship in the Atlantic. By 2020, SpaceX is flying NASA astronauts into orbit, ending nearly a decade of American dependence on Russian rockets. But we're not here to talk about SpaceX's history. We're here because people have started noticing something strange. SpaceX seems to be slowing down ever since Elon Musk bought X and launched his own AI project, Grok. So we dug deeper, and what we found might surprise you. There are some real reasons behind the slowdown. After all, Elon once promised to take humanity to Mars by 2024, and, well, that obviously didn't happen. I mean, Mars is very far away, about 140 million miles from Earth. Even with the most powerful rockets ever built, a trip would take around 7 months, and once you get there, everything becomes a survival challenge. Mars has no breathable air, no liquid water on the surface, and temperatures that can drop below -80 degrees Fahrenheit. The atmosphere is so thin that it can't block harmful radiation from the sun. If people live there without protection, they'd die in minutes. Then there's the cost. Building a rocket that can carry humans safely to Mars, land, and come back home would take hundreds of billions of dollars. Some experts say it could even reach $1 trillion. Even Elon Musk's massive fortune and SpaceX's growing profits aren't nearly enough to cover that.
How much will it cost? A lot, possibly $1 trillion. Is it dangerous? Yes. Will people die? Probably. What's the return on that investment? I can't think of one right now. That's a 5-minute meeting.
In other words, there's no business model for going to Mars, no profit to chase, no quick reward. And in the modern world, that makes it almost impossible to justify spending that much money, unless a government decides to do it for pride or survival. But Elon knows it, so he started to shift SpaceX toward what was profitable, launching satellites, building the Starlink internet network, and flying missions for NASA. Starlink alone started earning billions of dollars every year, money that could keep SpaceX alive while its bigger dreams stayed on hold. The good thing is, Elon doesn't seem to be wanting some kind of profit from getting to Mars. His goal was to make sure humanity could live beyond Earth in case something ever destroyed our planet. It's an inspiring mission, but it's also one that may take lifetimes to complete. In public, Elon still talks about going to Mars. He still says humanity needs to be multiplanetary, but behind the scenes, the path to that dream has changed. The company that was born to reach another world is now focused on staying profitable here on this one. Also, Starship seems to be finally hitting its limits, so improvements are not as easy to do anymore. And things seem to be slowing down, but in reality, SpaceX employees and Elon are still trying their best to improve it.
The Starship program is vastly more capable than the entire Apollo moon program. The Apollo program could only send astronauts to the moon for a few hours at a time. The Starship program could create an entire lunar base with 1 million people.
Every time Starship launches, no matter how spectacularly it fails, it's getting cheaper, it's getting faster, and it's getting closer to working. What used to cost hundreds of millions now costs only a fraction of that. And that means one day, when the math finally clicks, that dream Elon had of sending life to another planet will actually be within reach. For now, it's a bit early, and maybe Elon was overly ambitious, but every time people laughed at him, it was usually right before he proved them wrong. And when that first greenhouse finally lands on Mars, we'll remember that it all started with a guy in a Russian rocket factory. holding a briefcase full of cash and an idea that seemed almost impossible to achieve. That's all I had to say for today. See you in the next one.